Legends tell that after the time of troubles, the elven goddess Sehanine Moonbull wept for those divine souls that fell in the Gods' War. From her eyes fell the moon tear, a relic said to contain a mote of Sehanine's divine power. The moon tear was hidden by the elves, but not forgotten. A century ago, two brothers, one gentle and scholarly, the other brash and courageous, sought to find the lost relic. They founded an adventuring guild called the Order of the Burning Dawn and sealed their purpose with an oath to find the moon tear and use it to bring light to a world filled with darkness. Not long after they sealed the pact, both brothers were lost, and the guild's original purpose was lost with them. Today, the guild offers equipment, shelter, and paying work for adventurers looking to do a little good while they make a little coin. You are one of the Burning Dawn's newer recruits, charged with escorting a small merchant caravan along the high road between the city of Neverwinter and the lawless town of Luskan. It has been an easy journey thus far, aside from the vicious nightmares that have plagued your sleeping mind since the caravan left the city. Bad dreams are common on missions fraught with danger, but you've never had nightmares quite like this.
Hey, get up! The Guildhall's under attack!
Bellamy is calling for our help. Grab your equipment and head downstairs now.
Let's go, now!
Glad you could make it, Sleepyhead. It's about time you joined us.
What's the matter? They're attacking! They're doing a damn fine job of it too! There weren't a lot of people here to begin with, thank the gods.
We must get out there, discover what's going on, and put a stop to it. Objections?
Let's do it.
I'm in.
For the dawn!
By the gods! I guess we're not getting out that way. Whatever it is, it's big. We have to get out there and help as much as we can. We can exit through the Guildhall basement, but the entrance is hidden. Some kind of concealment spell. Grab the ritual skull from that chest so we can get out of here. Thank the gods you're here. Do you know what's happening? I have no idea. We should stick together, though. Keep your eyes open. There are hidden traps in this area.
Why suffer an invasion when mortal fools march straight to me?
You die now, demon!
Such a large voice for such a small creature. Don't you see that we're on the same side? No, child. This is where it begins.
Stop the chatter and fight!
Of course. You're obviously here to die. I shall not disappoint.
You were scaring the horses. Ah, you're finally awake. You were scaring the horses. You were thrashing around in your sleep. The trail boss thought you were possessed. You too. Bellamy said he had the same dream I did. But I figured that damned halfling was just messing with me like he always does. I know, I ask myself the same question at least 4 times a day. Full of jokes he is, but he can't take it as well as he dishes it out. He's like an angry rabbit, that one, all hissing and gnashing of teeth when you rub him the wrong way. But he's a damn good soldier, and I'm glad to have him here. That nightmare I had makes me think we might be needing his blades in the coming days. I saw a hooded figure wreathed in flame, and a horrible demon reaching through the ground from below to tear the surface apart. It felt like the end, no mistake. And there was a voice calling me, saying it was me destiny to be there. Aye, something to mention to Palan when we get to the guild house in Luskan. Maybe he'll give us a foul taste in purple concoction that bubbles loudly and doesn't do much else. Nightmares aside, we got work to do. Got to find that fool halfling and get this caravan packed up and ready to move to Luskan. The merchants are breaking camp as we speak. Most wagons are tied up and ready to go. We got a few stragglers that might need a hand getting ready. Bellamy went up ahead to scout the road. Haven't heard from him in a little while. He was cranky with a headache when he left, so I'm guessing he picked a fight with one of the trail scouts up there. Aye, so you know my concern then. Maybe go up ahead along the road and see if you can find him. We ain't got all day, and if he manages to hurt someone, it ain't coming out of my share.
Don't worry about me. Just taking on a bunch of bandits by myself. All in a day's work for Bellamy Lightfingers. I was out here scouting the road and these two idiots jumped me, which was a bastard thing to do since I hadn't had my morning stretch. After the night I had, though, I was ready for a fight, and these two were well trained. Felt good putting them down. I did. Woke up thinking someone had driven a spike through my skull. I felt like I'd watched the world end, like some demon had torn everything apart. Jarhild said she saw the same thing. And the way you were thrashing and squealing when I left, I bet you did too. Haha, sure. That must have been one hell of an opera you're practicing for. No doubt they heard about my prowess and wanted to prove themselves against the Master. I don't know. They were better trained and equipped than your average bandit, though. If I didn't know better, I'd say they were hired to come out here. I don't know. Why does anyone do anything in this place? All I know is what happened. Yeah, these guys weren't your normal starving, no-skills, hit-like-a-pillow fight bandits. If there's more of them running around, Jarhild will have her hands full. It's too late. It's completely blocked off. Are you kidding? We have to get back to the wagons. They're attacking the caravan. We'll deal with the roadblock when all these bastards are dead. Let's go.
Aye, there you are. Come for the fun part, have you?
This is one hell of an ambush for a bunch of bandits.
That's because these are more than mere bandits. They're mercenaries, paid to assassinate members of your guild.
Here they come!
They never learn, do they?
There we go!
Oh, guess we won that one.
Lady of Dreams, we thank you. I am Elidia Maethelin, priestess of Sehanine Moonbow. With me is Lerithar Gulgrin, my friend and bodyguard.
You are members of the Order of the Burning Dawn, right? We're not way off here.
No, but your head'll be off in no time if you don't explain yourself, and quick!
We're out here searching for a caravan that was attacked just an hour ago. It was being guarded by members of the Burning Dawn.
That must be my sister Bryn's caravan.
We were hoping we could stop the attacks, or at least rescue the people from the other caravan, but I'm worried we're too late. Maybe there's some way we can help you avoid their fate.
We've seen a lot of mercs in this area. I think they must have a base of operations nearby. Somewhat temporary, out of one of the caves.
That won't be a problem if I go in there and take them all out first.
If Bellamy's so keen on getting into a fight, I can stay here and watch the caravan. Assuming our new friends are on the up and up.
Then it's settled. Lerithar and I will join you. This will be a lot easier with 4 of us than with 2.
Let's go quickly before they have a chance to regroup. If we do this right, one guard at the caravan will do.
Go then, and hurry your arse, so we can get back to the job at hand. Aye. And keep these 2 alive, Elf. I'm counting on you.
Are you people always so slow with your goodbyes? Let's get moving.
Before we go, a friend in Luskan gave us this. It's a sending stone, specially enchanted to allow us to speak freely through it for the next few days. Any of us left behind in camp can keep up with what the rest of us are doing.
Well, this ought to be fun. Well, look at that. Someone's been preparing a feast. I bet severed hands are great with... I can't even finish the thought.
I know that ring. That's Carrick's hand. He was in the squad guarding that other caravan. Damn these people! And I'll be the one to collect.
We have to keep our heads about this. If we go charging off for revenge, there's no way we'll survive.
Yeah, fine. Just don't get in my way when the time comes.
Here are some letters written between the captain of these mercenaries and a goblin named Trax.
They don't seem to like each other very much, do they? It's true. My Uncle Norris got along with everyone. He were near famous for it. He got killed by goblins on the road to Neverwinter. I heard he offered to buy 'em around, and they filled him full of arrows.
Good idea. Maybe we can find something to use as a wedge.
Ooh, hey, a nice warm fire. It's almost cozy, if you ignore the bones.
There's a parchment. Too much burned away to be sure. But there's a symbol that almost looks like a fist with an eye on it. It could be the Merc symbol. Or something the goblins use for their tribe. It looks a little like the symbol for Helm, god of guardians and protectors.
I don't see goblins or mercs worshipping Helm. It's probably something they stole then dropped. Goblins leave all sorts of things lying around for people to pick up.
You're right. It doesn't add up. Let's keep moving.
What? Is that Gil and Neddy? They were in the other caravan.
Enough. My name is Javen Tarmikos. I know you are members of the Burning Dawn, and I know your foul lords call to you in your dreams. Are you prepared to repent for your sins?
Please! We don't know what you're...
Just tell him. Yes, we repent. Whatever it is, we repent. Just please don't.
Silence! Your tongues spit lies, demons. Sir Banagar, grant these abominations the mercy of death.
But High Commander, they are defenseless.
Do not question me, knight. The spawn of the Abyss is never without guile or opportunity to do evil. Do as I say. End them!
No, please!
Now I take my leave of this place. Continue the operation, and make sure none of the Burning Dawn leave here alive.
As you will, High Commander.
Leave the bodies for the goblins. They are no longer our concern.
I advise caution. These men are...
They're dead men. That's what they are. They're murdering us like animals. You want me to be cautious? You can follow or not, but I'm going to paint this cave red with these bastards.
I assume we're following the angry halfling.
We will save him from himself if we can. Let's go.
Fools! You dare approach me? Now you face death. Death and... soul devourment. Yes. That's completely a word. And you will suffer for your insolence. Who am I kidding? My name is Homit Shaw. I'm a necromancer. Not one of the bad ones, I promise. I assume you're with that halfling that came through here. I have never seen such anger. Not since I raised Kipper Harple's old cat from the dead. Boy, that cat was mad. I prefer Homit Shaw. Though, you have all the weapons here, so you can call me whatever you like. I was traveling with a caravan from Neverwinter. Yesterday, we got jumped by bandits. Our guards tried to stop them, but there were too many of them. They took the guards captive and dragged some of the dead travelers to these caves. They were from a guild. The Order of the Morning Gown or something?
Burning Dawn?
No thanks, I don't drink.
Ugh, I could sure use one.
I met them. It was, Neddy and Gil. And there was this halfling woman, who, come to think of it, bore a resemblance to the guy who ran through here before. Brother and sister, maybe? We never really talked, but I think there was something unspoken between us. Like, we knew something could happen there, but neither of us wanted to open ourselves to being hurt.
There was no halfling when your two guildmates were executed. Either she's alive, or they killed her before we got here.
Come to think of it, that would explain that halfling's, enthusiastic treatment of these mercenaries. It's all coming together now. Well, I'm not going to lie. When the battle was over, I pretended to be dead. It's something necromancers are pretty good at. And then when they started dragging away the bodies, I just stayed dead. Eventually, they dropped me off here.
I can't tell if you're a coward or a genius.
Definitely both. All right, let's go battle some evil. Or whatever you were planning to do. I'm going with you. These mercenaries and whatnot must pay. That is what adventurers say in times like these, right?
Oh boy, this ought to be fun.
Come now. Haven't you always wanted a little brother?
Not like this, Liddy. Not like this.
All right, let's go stop your friend from getting himself killed. To arms!
We're not done here. I do this not for pleasure, but because I am called to do it. In the name of hell, I judge you spawn of the abyss.
No!
By the order of High Commander Javen Tarmikos, I sentence you to die. No! I cannot fall like this. I offer an honorable surrender.
Honourable, my hairy ass. Honourable men don't work with assassins.
I'm curious what a cleric, of Helm if I'm not mistaken, is doing with a band of mercenaries, and why you're targeting the guild.
I serve none but the Guardian. I have no answer for you, fiend.
You know we've got blades and arrows pointed at you, right?
The mercenaries were a necessity. To corral a demon takes more than the arms of one man. It takes a community willing to battle against chaos and evil.
You think my friend here is some kind of demon? Is that why you hired these mercenaries? To kill them?
My arm is moved by the will of Helm. It is his word that sends me here, and his word that tells me the truth of your soul. You lost your right to the answer the moment you stepped upon the path to the abyss. Kill me if you must. Your soul will remain tarnished forever.
Oh yeah, what are we gonna do? March into Luscombe with a knight tied up behind us? You could hardly keep your halfling pal on a leash.
Lerithar, please. It's too soon.
No way I'm babysitting this overzealous mountain of trite platitudes and murderous intentions. Kill him or don't, but don't add him to the roster.
Then you do have honor. I will pass this on to my superiors. It may not help your cause, but it will help your soul.
You're more generous than I am. I'm pretty sure I'd have fed that guy his left foot.
I commend you on your mercy. Still, we're no closer to understanding why your guild was attacked.
Aye. An answer or two would be fantastic right about now.
Did you find something?
Looks like a contract. These mercenaries were hired by the Knights of the Gilded Eye. Who's that?
I know the name. An order of knights, followers of Helm, the Guardian, sworn to protect the world from demons and devils. This doesn't quite add up.
The knight said something about your guild having strange dreams. Maybe the gilded eye knows something you don't.
We must get back to your guildmate at the caravan. We'll make sure she's safe and make our plans for the next move.
Finally, you return. Took you long enough. Where's Bellamy? Did that blasted halfling get himself trapped behind bars again? I mean, of course he is. Blasted halfling. I told him that Lightfinger's temper of his would get him into trouble. He and that sister of his would both fly off the handle at the first chance.
I am so sorry for your loss, my friend. But we really must get going. We have a camp set up just outside the gates of Luskan. We can rest there, plan our next move, and say final farewells to your friend.
I would like that. It's more than I'm used to getting when losing a friend in battle.
And when you are ready, we have a friend in Luskan. The man who forewarned us about the attacks. He will want to meet the survivors of the ambush.
We've cleared out the mercenaries for now, and they weren't targeting your caravan anyway.
Make your way to our camp. We'll make sure the caravan gets to Luskan safely. Of course. It is the least we can do, considering how much you've lost.
I thank ye, Elf. A little rest would do me good.
I bet a little ale would do you better.
We have plenty of both at the camp. We'll see you there.
The trip to Luskan is as solemn as it is uneventful, and the caravan reaches the gates of the city without further incident. You've heard much about the thieves, gangs, and swindlers of Luskan, and you steel yourself for lies, bribes, threats, and false smiles, in a city where guards are just thugs who deal their brutality for a wage. The only things you can count on to protect you are your friends and your ability to protect yourself. And if Lerathar's stories are true, there are worse things in Luskan than its criminals, as monsters walk beneath, in the ruins of the ancient city of Ilusk, now known dismissively as Luskan's sewers. Even the company of new friends and allies is cold comfort after the loss of your guildmates. The death of Bellamy Lightfingers weighs heavily on your mind, and while Jarhild doesn't speak of it, you know it weighs on her as well. With the help of your new companions, you make camp outside the city gates and settle down to wait out the night in fitful sleep. In the morning, you and your companions will walk among the infamous streets of the City of Sails. But your mind is filled with demons, and the night refuses to pass quietly into day.
Home. Home. I can't go home. They say demons come out of my dreams. I died for a lie, for no purpose. It just wasn't fair. Your mind, your heart, your guilt, your destiny. At the world's end, I can never go home.
Can you help me? I seem to have lost my way. I was somewhere else, but now I'm gone. For a lie, for a dream, for a demon. I think I've fulfilled my purpose now. This gate is shut. There's only one way left.
Stand for judgment, children of the Abyss. Here is laid bare the truth. You serve the Mad One, Devourer of Hope, Dread General of the Gibbering Hordes. A brilliant strategy. You spared me to put doubt in my mind. In this place, there is no doubt. Only the path and the guideposts you must follow. The world perishes in fire or in shadow, and there you stand, at the heart of it. My order was right to keep watch on you, right to see you die. You are blind to it. I pity you, if such a creature as you were worthy of it. Master, come. No, You serve the Master. The Mad One calls to you. Come. He calls. We answer.
Was it for greed that you ended the world? Or for some sense of duty? No, you didn't. Not yet. But the world is ending, and blood is on your hands.
You have come. Here to see the birth of a new god. It was, after all, your sacrifice that made it possible.
I died for no reason. In rage and ceaseless pain, as will the world. It will come to pass.
He died because it was supposed to happen. He was a piece on a board, in a game played by gods and demons. You will see, my friend. We are siblings in purpose, if not in blood. He calls to you as he once called to me.
Morning to you. Clearly you had another rough night, the way you were tossing and carrying on like your head was on fire.
Aye, it was rough. Got a bit of a headache this morning, I do.
I worry that these nightmares could be prophetic, as if someone's trying to communicate with you. Perhaps it is best to suffer through them until we know who and why. His name is Soranil Noonshadow. He's a wizard and a bit of an information broker. He asked us to find survivors of the attacks on your guild and bring them to him. He can help you.
Aye, he hasn't steered us wrong yet.
To be honest, true trust is a luxury at the moment. I need certain information, and he's the only one who can offer it. It pertains to my own personal quest. I'm sure there'll be time to explain it, if our paths remain crossed for the near future.
He's a diviner. He likely foresaw it with his foreseeing equipment. I've seen him do it before. He gets all smug about it when it works.
He also trades in information. Perhaps one of his contacts heard plans to attack your guild, and he wants to know why.
He's an elf. I'd go with the magic thing.
Aye, I'd rather get right to work than spend all morning jawing out here in the open.
Aye, all business. I like that in a woman.
Get in line, you twig.
She started it.
Aye, and I'll be finishing it too.
I can tell this is going to be an interesting day.
The gate's not too far from here. Big wall, huge doors, can't miss it.
We might be wanting to check in with Tarlin. Make sure we're square on the caravan job. I'm not holding out hope for a glowing review.
Keep heart, my new friends. I have a feeling that the help you need is just through those gates.
What can I do for you? Where should I begin? Well, I was born in a small village near Longsaddle to very young parents who were farmers just because their own parents had been farmers and had all died the winter before. No, they all killed each other. An ancient family feud. Very tragic, really. My ma told me it started over the ownership of an enormous tomato and grew from there, as these things do. When I was born, my ma and da hoped I'd be able to help them out on the farm. But really, they'd have been better off hiring a farmhand. It's like they didn't realise I'd be born as a baby and not as a strapping lad of 13 years. Sure, I like parents. Mine were just a little dim, that's all. You might not know it to look at me now, but I was a scrawny child, and I was of little use on the farm. I tried very hard, but I never really took to manual labour. So my parents did what I believe any other loving parents in their situation would do. They sought around for someone willing to trade. A son for a son. And the next thing I knew, I met my Uncle Kipper. You know, remembering all that now, I'm starting to think that maybe my parents weren't as loving as I once thought. If you don't mind, I'd rather like some time to think. I've spent precious little time in Luskan, which is fine with me. Any time I'm here, I wind up getting mugged or kidnapped or blackmailed. It's not a pretty town. All right, you know where to find me.
What can I do for you? There is not much to tell. I have dedicated myself to the search for a relic called the Moon Tear. A relic of Sehanine, lost decades ago as a result of my own childish ignorance. I remember I was around 15 years old, a toddling babe by elven reckoning. I had a friend, Serik, the best companion a young girl could have. But my parents did not approve of our friendship. My parents told me our family had a sacred duty, one that meant we could not afford such dalliances. I found out not much later that they were right. My parents scolded and punished and eventually kept me from my dear friend, the one child with whom I could play, laugh, and experience joy. One day, I was out playing, on my own, when a group of travelers approached me. They said they were hungry and in need of supplies, but I could tell that they were drow. Even then, I knew what that meant. But, consumed by my childish anger and ignorance, I decided that... Gods forgive me. I decided that a confrontation with the drow would be a fitting punishment for my mother and father, for denying me Serik's companionship. I was, but it was no excuse for what I did. In a fit of pique, I gave the drow travelers directions to our village, hoping to... I don't know what I hoped. I wanted my parents to hurt the way they made me hurt. But what happened was much, much worse. The drow turned out to be forward scouts for a raiding party. They invaded our village, killing and capturing my people, my family. We had been given the sacred honor of protecting a relic of Sehanine. While ransacking our home, the drow took the Moon Tear. I knew of the drow. I knew what they were capable of. I thought such tragedy was the thing of stories and fables, not of real life. I search now for the Moon Tear, both to recover it for my goddess, but also in the hopes of making amends for my sins, for my wrath, my ignorance. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. If there's nothing else, I'd like to take a moment and reflect. We met under tense circumstances, but things will get easier from here on, if the gods will it. The sooner we meet with Soranil, the sooner we can both be on our way. The Lady of Dreams go with you.
Something you need? Ah, it's not much of a tale. I was born in Westgate, near the Sea of Fallen Stars. My family were traders. They'd moved out of East Rift and sought a home among the humans. My father made a lot of coin very quickly there, mostly doing things he shouldn't have been doing, bribing officials for shipping contracts, smuggling goods into and out of town, that sort of thing. My mother never approved of my father's business. From the day she found out what we were up to, she started making contingency plans. She wasn't going to let Pa's problems bleed over into family. She was. I'm alive because of her. Finally, my father's Sturges came home to roost. He were murdered by rivals. And my mother took my siblings and I, hopped on a caravan, and moved us all the way west to the City of Sails. And there we have it. How a fine young dwarf like me got mixed up in a place like Luskan. You know, this really takes me back. But I have some sleeping and resting that needs doing. Maybe we could wax nostalgic another time. You and your friends fight like you've seen a skirmish or two. Ha ha! It'll be fun sneaking off and stealing things while you do all the work. Don't be a stranger.
What do you need? Aye, we haven't had a chance to talk very much since she joined up, have we? Me family goes way back. Back to Mithril Hall, if you believe that. Our family scattered from there after Shimmergloom attacked. And we returned when King Battlehammer signed the treaty with the Many Arrow Orcs. Aye, we were smiths. I know, be still your heart, but we were good. Me clan got the name Stoneforge because it says me ancestor could forge stone into a blade fit for battle. Why you'd want to do that, I'll never know. Me ma and dad left for Mirabar just before I was born. Looking to expand the family business, they said. Too much competition from other smiths, I say. Me da was anything but stupid, that's for sure. We made good coin there, and we made a name for ourselves in Mirabar. I worked in the forge as a wee lass, swinging a hammer right alongside me da. Funny remembering it now. I'm not sure I hated it as much as I thought I did. Well, I need to get a bite to eat. Maybe we'll find some time to talk later. We've got to get into Luskan and see this contact of theirs. If he knows anything about why we were attacked, he might know who we should be stabbing next. Don't be a stranger.
And who do we have here?
We found this one trying to sneak into the city with a forged pass. Bosun Taddock.
I am appalled. A forgery? What has this town come to?
That's what I was telling you. It ain't like it used to be.
Please, I just need to get in to see an apothecary. My son is so sick. I just didn't have time to wait.
Well, we all know the punishment for forgery in this town, don't we?
A stern warning.
If only. Make an example of her. I want no doubts in anyone's minds that no one gets through here without a pass.
With pleasure, sir.
No, please!
I'm sorry. What? I thought I heard you command me to stop. And what's it to you? You want to help her son so badly? Then feel free to assist him yourself. Now step aside, unless you feel like haggling over this lady some more. Oh my! Whatever shall I do? I have only my guards here and the might of Ship Rethnor at my back. But keep going. I'm sure you can find some way to be a hero. Arrangement? Well now, it may be that we've misjudged the situation after all. Oh, I remember now. Silly me. I should have realized it straight off. Welcome to the City of Sails, milady. And you're a right hero, you are. I'll name my first pint after you.
I don't have the words to thank you enough for your kindness. The gods smile on you, my friends.
Awfully generous of you.
You've got that sort of coin just lying around. Remind me to tell you about this business idea I had.
Well, we have to find some way into this city, and I certainly don't have a pass.
Aye, there's always another way.
My, here you are again. You obviously know that the gate's closed and that no one gets through without a pass. So, I can't imagine how I could help you. That's hilarious. We're not giving out any more passes today. These people are lined up for tomorrow's inspection, though I wouldn't recommend you waiting with them.
And why not?
The inspectors are looking for a group of travellers from the Order of the Burning Dawn. In fact, in many ways you rather match the description. I'd probably stand aside while the archers atop the walls fill you full of arrows. Now move along. The line is backing up. There might be. But that kind of information isn't free. I think 50 gold will do. Payable in advance. Fine. It's a deal. There's an old sewer entrance to the west of here. I can get a key that will open the grate, so you and your friends can sneak in through the sewers.
Speak for yourself, pal.
You'll find a small cave near the sewer entrance. Meet me just inside there. I'll give you the key. Good doing business with you.
Ah, hello there. What brings you to the sewers? Monsters must have gotten to them. The sewers can be a very dangerous place. I hear the rats have become particularly aggressive as of late. What else would you believe? That a lone wanderer like myself killed all these fools single-handedly? What a preposterous insinuation. And why would it matter? Were they friends of yours? The dead rats. How interesting. I thought they were all but wiped out. Judging from what we see here, they may as well be. Eh? If I were you, I'd refrain from getting involved with people like them. Though I should hardly need to tell you that lowly street thugs tend to have very short life expectancies. Now, if that's all, I'd like to return to my duties. I'm sure you have better places to be as well, yes? Normally, I'd love to plumb the depths of my occupation with someone like you. But I'm already behind schedule. And I didn't want to have to tell my employers about the group of adventurers keeping me from my duties. So if you would please move along. Safe travels. And watch your back. You wouldn't want to end up like these poor saps. This is dead rat territory. No outsiders allowed. Never heard anything about that. Those idiots let you through. They'll be hearing from the boss. I, for one, am not about to let dangerous adventurers through. That's exactly why I'm standing on this side of the door. Well, if you're really looking to prove yourself, I might have an errand that needs doing. Yeah, these old iron doors are pretty tough, huh? I bet that didn't feel too great. You're not really helping sway me suspicions of you. How about you come back after you clear your head? And maybe we could work out a deal. Look, I'm not letting you through no matter how much you beg. Well, if you're really looking to prove yourself, I might have an errand that needs doing. It's very simple. The other day, a buddy of mine pointed out a really nice sword from one of our halls. I told him to go fetch it after it got dropped off at the North Star House. He hasn't returned. Probably passed out somewhere. And I can't go looking for him because I'm too busy keeping suspicious adventurers like yourself out of our hideout. So why don't you save me the trouble? Go fetch that blade for me and I'll let you through. Just tell him Rickle sent you and he'll hand it over. And don't be afraid to slap him around a bit if he gives you any crap over it. Oh, you're still here. Was there something else I can do for you? A sword? Ah, yes. I thought that looked too fancy for these thugs. Unfortunately, it may be a little broken. Bastard must have put up quite the fight. Somehow, he broke his own sword before he went down. Here. The blade is still in good condition. I saw a rather large rat run off with the hilt. If you hurry, you can still catch it. You've seen the rats down here, yes? One could almost ride one up under the surface, if one were so inclined. Safe travels. And watch your back. You wouldn't want to end up like these poor saps. Well, did you get me sword yet? What is this? What am I supposed to do with a broken sword? Then find a new one. Or fix this piece of junk, because this isn't gonna get yous in. How much? The smith ain't cheap. Fine, I'll take it. Consider yourselves lucky I'm in a good mood. You're free to go in. Just head straight for the exit.
We meet again. I was hoping to find you all once more. And in less awkward conditions. Of course not. We just happen to be traveling the same direction. You're looking for a way into Luskan, aren't you? Excellent. I'm sure such intrepid adventurers will make quite a splash in the city. Pleased I was able to meet you before you reached the surface. Yeah. I must say you've left quite a trail of blood behind you. Well done. I appreciate anyone willing to cleanse these sewers of thugs and thieves. Indeed. Those thugs dug their own grave. What can be done when they willingly throw themselves onto your blades? Unfortunately, you're also making a mess. The last thing anyone needs is to see more guards down here. Am I right? My superiors send their regards. Mercifully, they have decided not to express their displeasure today. But I'd suggest you head to the surface and don't come back for a while. We need to clean up, after all. Never mind about that. All you need to know is that your actions have caught the attention of some powerful people. If you want to keep your heads, I suggest you get out of here as soon as possible. And don't come back.
So, you're just gonna let us go?
That's right. I'm not really big on violence anyway. Sort of a pacifist, really. Just get yourselves to the surface. Hopefully next time we can meet under more pleasant circumstances. Who knows? I might even be interested in your services later.
Ah, Luskan. Can't say it smells too much better out here.
Our contact will be meeting us at a tavern called the Cutlass. It's not too far from your Luskan guild hall, actually.
Though I'm afraid your guild hall here is empty. Raided by the Gilded Eye.
It's a pit. Charging too much for food that rots your belly and dries your throat. Smells like pipeweed and sweat. Pretty much paradise. If you're in good with the High Captains, it's one of the safest places you can go. That's why Sorinil picked it, I imagine.
Aye, as would I. It's possible there's something there that'll tell us what happened.
I'll admit a certain morbid fascination.
Of course. But remember that we do have things to do here in Luskan. I doubt Sorinil will wait forever.